Now, this is absolutely crazy. I want to share with you my September stock day trading results. And there's a bunch of lessons that are boiled into this, which is why I want to just take the time to go over the past month's results, because there are so many learning lessons. There are so many reminders. In my mind, it's very motivating. It's very inspiring. Just all the things that took place here in kind of an embarrassing way, but in a way that I hope, especially if you're a beginner day trader, investor, swing trader, and whether you trade not necessarily just stocks, all these lessons apply to cryptocurrencies, forex trading, futures trading, options trading. All the lessons apply. So yeah, sure, this is from my personal stock market day trading results, but the principles, like I said, apply to the many other financial markets that are out there. And it's something that I'm very confident that if you take to heart what I'm showing and don't look at it as, Clay, you're terrible. Look past that and look past the learning lessons here. Or like I said, for those of you that are maybe not beginners, it's not like you're just getting started, but you have experience. Just take it as a reminder and really inspiration and motivation that what you've hopefully learned about really does pertain. It really does translate to the real world of trading. I'm not saying that books are totally worthless. They are kind of worthless in many ways, but I understand that just because you read something in a book, you read it as, okay, well, I guess this is how it's supposed to work. But I mean, that's just the author is just saying it's supposed to work. Well, this is an example of real life results of how certain topics, they truly do work in the real world. So to set up a little context here, my approach, my strategy from an overarching perspective, if maybe you're not very familiar, is what I like to call the be done in 30 approach, meaning on average, every month, I want to be trading for just 30 minutes in the morning. I'm in Eastern time, so from 9:30 to 10, that's when I'm looking to trade. Now, again, on average, so sometimes I'll go beyond 30 minutes, but other times, I might be done in 5-10 minutes or so. So that's just the concept. So just keep in mind that overall concept, that be done in 30. On average, your results you're going to see are from right around 30 minutes each day. So the first lesson here that, so I'm on my trading account, so let me go down to my actual results. So what you're going to want to be paying attention to is right down here, because that'll be the column that shows, well, I guess you can see that right there. This is the net P&L. So this is what's goes into my pocket after commissions and fees. So again, 30 minutes a day, and let's look at the first 5 days of the month, and you can see right there, just totally red. Every single day was red. So my first point here, and the first kind of learning lesson reminder, is that you can lose money very, very quickly. I mean, look at it. 30 minutes, $300 gone. 30 minutes, $700 gone. Right there, $30 gone. $283 gone. Again, $300 gone. So yeah, the markets are a great place. You can definitely make good, solid amounts of money in relatively very quick amounts of time. But that is a two-sided coin. You can sure lose money very, very quickly. I mean, as fast as it's there, if you're not careful, it can be gone just as fast, if not even faster. But yeah, right there, started off the day, 5-day losing streak. Now, here's the other thing, though, is within all of that, I did manage risk. It's nothing, got out of control, so it wasn't like there was any sort of catastrophic loss. But you can see that then the next few days went on a green streak. But the crazy part here was, and I've done other videos on this, but just to reiterate, I didn't even need that green streak. All it took was that one trade right there. $2,500 wiped away that 5-day losing streak. Just like that, 5-day losing streak gone. Now, I had a couple of winning trades before there, or winning days, both there and there. But one trade right there, one trade completely wiped away the entire streak. So yes, losing streaks happen. Yes, losses happen. Yes, you can lose a whole lot of money very quickly. But overall, that's why risk management matters, because yeah, all it takes is one. But at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and show the rest of the month right there. And here's just what, actually, let me take a step back. Let me go through a couple of days here. So that loss there was on basically the first day when the market started to turn around and we got that first big gap down. That is where that day was coming from. And I got excited, and I played this perfectly right. got excited, thought, wow, things are looking bearish. Took a trade. I had myself positioned where if I was right, I'm looking at another, probably even bigger than that. Looking at maybe even up around the $3,000 potential winning trade there. However, that day, and maybe some of you remember it, it was on 9/20, so August 20th. I guess I'm kind of, my ugly mug's blocking that over there. But point being, things were looking great. It was a scenario where things were looking very, very rough, very, very bearish. So I was thinking of going short. And another learning lesson here is things can just be looking so great. I mean, it can seem as though all the puzzle pieces are in your favor, but you got to always remember there are no guarantees within the market. And that one, yeah, I mean, it was not pleasant to lose $1,300. Again, I don't regret that. I would argue I didn't do anything wrong. I was positioned. I had the pieces in place. But because there are no guarantees, instead of having, a 2,500, 3,000, maybe even bigger than that, depending on how much things could have gone in my favor, right? It's kind of unknown when it goes to the making the money part, right? Because if something really, really, really goes in your favor, I mean, who knows how much money you can make? But that's why risk management is important because, yeah, things were looking great. Had myself angled in the right way, but it just didn't work out. So took the $1,300 loss right there. But another little observation is this was another 3-day losing streak. So, I mean, I already had the 5-day losing streak up here. And then here's a 3-day losing streak. And then let's skip down to the bottom part. And again, a 2-day losing streak. And this will sound arrogant, and I don't mean it to be arrogant at all. But at this point in my career, been trading since 2006-ish, been on YouTube since 2013. But I lose, so I'm not trying to come across like, oh, I can't believe I lost. But to have, a 5-day losing streak is just, I don't know, bonkers. Like, it's hard to do that. Like, you could just randomly throw darts, and you would think that at least 20% of the time, so just one day out of the 5, you'd have at least a green day. So, I mean, it takes great skill to lose 5 days in a row. But then to have a 3-day losing streak, I mean, that's very rare for me to lose 3 days in a row. A 2, I mean, it happens, and it happens, much more often than a 3, and certainly much more often than a 5. But even 2 losing days in a row doesn't really happen that often. But again, to have 3 losing streaks in 1 month is bonkers. It's crazy. 3 losing streaks in 1 month. So imagine that I hadn't shown all this and you didn't see all this down here. You didn't know that I ultimately made money. I mean, what would you be thinking? Or if I said this to you, hey, you know what? I'm going to give you a scenario. Let's say you had 3 losing streaks. You had a 5-day losing streak, a 3-day losing streak, and then a 2-day losing streak in the same month. Do you think you would be green? But here's the kicker, and I actually just noticed this right before I got going. My number of red days, let's just do it real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So as far as red days in the month, 11. As far as winning green days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. I didn't realize this. I literally had more losing days than winning days. Think about that. So if I were to ask you, hey, let's say in a month you had more losing days than winning days, would you be green? What would that look like? And again, I did. When like I said, I do lose, but I mean, to lose more days than I won, I don't remember the last time that's happened. I'm sure it's happened before, way back. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know the last time I had more red days than green days. And then to bring this all the way back home. But think about this. Even with all of this, even with this scenario right here, I still walked away on the month with $2,600. But it gets relatively crazy. I mean, to me, I think it's super crazy. Because again, I want to go back to... Let me bring up the calculator. Go back to, remember, the be done in 30 approach. So there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So there were 21 days, trading days on the month. And I'm going to multiply that by 30 because, again, on average, and in all actuality, it's below 30, but we'll just keep it at 30. But on average, 30 minutes per day. Because this is just a side hustle for me. This is just a extra form of income. because I do this now for the freedom of time. And I know I've mentioned this many times before in past videos, but for those of you that are maybe new to the channel, first off, welcome. Second, I have 5 young kids. So I do this sort of stuff as a side hustle for the freedom of time. I'm not doing it because I want a Lamborghini. If you want a Lamborghini, cool. I hope you get it. I'm not doing it for a private jet. If you want a private jet, I hope you get that private jet. Just, can I have a ride at some point? I just do it for the freedom of time. In my mind, and at this stage in my life, time is the most valuable currency. It's the most valuable commodity that's out there. So I just want time. So that's why I'm striving to be done after right around 30 minutes. But that goes into 630 minutes in the month. And if I divide that by 60, because right, there's 60 minutes in an hour, comes out to, I was trading right around 10 and a half hours. That was how much of my time was devoted to actual trading. So let's take that 27, divide that by 10.5, and let's see, what did I make per hour? $250 per hour. Now, I can only speak for myself, but $250 per hour is a rate that's worth my time. Maybe for some people, you're like, $250 per hour, that's not worth my time. And if that's the case for you, I mean, I'm not jealous. I'm just curious, like, well done, that's awesome, fantastic. But like, what do you do where you would look at $250 in an hour and be like, no, $250 per hour, that's not worth my time? Again, good for you. We're all different. Not jealous. I'm motivated. I'm inspired by you. I'm just curious, like, what do you do where you would look at that and say that's not worth my time? But for me, that's worth my time. So let's just kind of recap all this. And again, I'm not bragging at all, because let's be real. I had 3 losing streaks. One of them was a 5-day losing streak. I had more losing days than I won. So by no means am I trying to sit here and brag and make it seem like I'm some sort of fantastic trader, because this was a very, very clearly rough month. But to think about it, through all, did my voice just crack? Hey, I'm getting hair under my armpits. Could somebody explain what's going on? Why is my voice cracking? Anyways, to have gone through this big old storm, this very rough month, where, I mean, it felt like I didn't do anything right, but here's the kicker, and here's hopefully what inspires you as a reminder, if you have experience or if you're a beginner trader. This is why risk management matters. I understand, said it a million times, I'll probably say it a million more on this channel. It's not the funnest topic to talk about. I assure you, I'd much rather be sitting here talking to you about how I made $27,000 on the month and I won every single day. I only had like 1 losing trade, and here I am not going to hide that at all. That would be so much of a better video to talk about, because it is fun to talk about winning, right? That's the easy stuff to talk about, especially if you are running a business and you're selling courses and services. Well, yeah, from the business sales angle, you want to be talking about winning, right? But from the reality, from the just, hey, this is how it goes, you got to talk about stuff like this. But hopefully I'm motivating you to be like, wow, you can have like a really, really terrible month. You can just have you can literally lose more than you win, but you can still come out ahead. You can still come out making $250 an hour. Hey, wow. Maybe risk management, maybe risk control, maybe actually understanding all the angles of risk is important. And here's the truth. It's the only thing that matters. A blind, drunk monkey can win. Anybody can win. It takes no skill to win. You can literally flip a coin. Hey, I got that one right. But the skill, what's going to keep you alive in the markets, is what do you do when you're wrong? How are you going to manage the risk? How do you understand risk? What are you doing to ensure that the times when you are wrong, and you're going to be wrong many, many, many times. If you're sitting there right now saying, well, Clay, I'm a beginner, but my strategy is 100% win rate. I haven't lost. Okay, you haven't lost yet. That would be the key word there. But just realize that risk management is the key. Risk control, they're all one and the same, but winning, so much better to talk about, but risk and understanding risk, how to analyze it, how to incorporate it, how to manage around it. Those are the true things that matter the most. And my results are just proof of it. To go through all the terrible stats, losing streaks, losing more than I won, all those sorts of things. And the thing I still came out with an average of $250 per hour. Go learn about risk management. Or if you've already learned about it, just realize that there is power in it. And it's something that I hope motivates you and drives you, because I don't want to go through, like I said, I'm not proud of the month in the sense of, yeah, so I I am always doing this. No. This is not what I'm trying to do at all. But it is good to know. It is good for kind of peace of mind that, hey, you know, Clay, when a sledgehammer hits you and when the storms show up and hit you, I mean, not only can you survive, but you can actually thrive a little bit. I mean, if you're going to make, now I'd rather prefer that average of 250 per month to be higher than that, or excuse me, 250 per hour on the month to be higher than that. But all things considered, $250 per hour, I am definitely more than happy with it. So I hope this video helps, whether it's from the motivation standpoint or just kind of, like I said, if you're literally a beginner and what really matters, what should I be focused on? Risk management is what you should be focused on. Find the boring stuff. That's what you should be focusing on. And risk management, I would definitely consider in the boring category, but it's the required category. So hopefully you found this helpful. If you enjoy videos like this where I share more so kind of the real life dynamics or real life statistics as opposed to, like I said, you know, a book that's just going to be talking in theory the whole time, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, leave a basic comment, even if it's just saying hi, thanks, smiley face, anything. But those two things, hitting the like button and leaving a comment down below, really do go a long way in communicating to me that you enjoy these sorts of videos. And I'm always looking for feedback. And, you know, the videos that I know people are really enjoying, then I will definitely try to do them some more. But yeah, an absolutely crazy September, a whole bunch of learning lessons, but at the core, risk management matters. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.